that was the chant that kind of ran through the crowd as the arrests were being made. Someone just sort of like off the top of their head came up with that chant, and it went on for quite some time actually. And it seemed to affect them in a way.
Yeah, it definitely did. There was an energy shift. Matthias talked about some crazy wires today to get some awesome footage.
I like scaled the bridge, circus style, just to get an angle to like look down, because I was trying. The procedure for people getting arrested here is that
they will
you have to yell out your name.
Yes, you have the lawyer's number written on your arm, and then there are a bunch of like lawyers guild people with green hats, and you just start hollering out your name.
People will record you or write it down, and then you collect, and you go at the end of the day and collect all the people that have been arrested. It's like a game they're playing.
Because there's nothing they can hold any of them on. They're just arresting people just to spook us.
Well, Caleb had mentioned, I think you did as well, and Matthew, who was reporting for us, also mentioned that that you hadn't seen entirely just all police are bad while you're there. In fact, Matthew had said that he really had nothing to report in the way of an Anthony Bologna. So that everything was generally pretty peaceful, and he said he felt a lot of love while he was there.
Yes. I felt love from the blue-collar cops from the moment we arrived. I waved at one, and he gave me a sly smile and a tiny little wave. I had one today, even after the arrests.
That was a .mod file.
Try and guide me because I was about to make a mistake in the city, and he guided me to do the correct thing instead of leading me to be entrapped, so that he could possibly arrest me. And honestly, whenever the white shirts are not around the blue collar cops, they're generally friendly. I had a lot of smiles and laughs and waves from the police officers while we were marching up until the bridge. And whenever it was whenever people started getting arrested.
Well, what we're hearing about the bridge is that the group was actually directed towards the bridge so that they could trap you on there.
Yeah.
We found out that they arrested a 12-year-old girl while on the bridge.
Wow.
And then they had all these buses brought over, which I'm sure you're aware of, to blockade, and then also to cart away the some 400 people that got arrested on the bridge. It took you guys some time to get up there. You got there during quiet hours. You were pretty cold. Someone had hypothermia, or multiple people had hypothermia.
Yeah.
So you did the sleeping burrito tarp thing. Describe to me what it was like to wake up after not a really good night of sleep, but to wake up to the new day.
Hazy.
Hazy, however, I was pumped when I got up this morning just because of the amount of energy that's in the plaza. When we woke up this morning, it was kind of slow. There are not as many people living and occupying Wall Street during the night as that show up during the day. However, there seems to be about 200 to 300 people who are camping there, and the vibe is very friendly and family. In the morning, people are, saying hi. People are sweeping up. You're beginning to organize breakfast. You're getting donations constantly from local businesses or people just coming by. So I personally woke up and felt pretty good this morning, despite not having much sleep.
So the night is not over on the streets?
No. By far.
No, not at all. They had to push back the General Assembly And like I said, it seems that the police are kind of waiting for the General Assembly to sort of finish up. It's my opinion, due to the grant given speculatively by J.P. Morgan to the NYPD today, that they would go insofar as to plant false rioters in the crowd, have them act out, and then just go in after the whole crowd.
I'm not so sure that's not what happened on the bridge today, to be honest. There were actually 2 marches today.
Okay.
There was one march around 1 o'clock called the Slut Walk, and then there was also the general Occupy Wall Street, We Are the 99% walk march today at 3 p.m. And we went all the way to Brooklyn.
Now,
ended up in the park.
Please describe that. Please describe your experiences on the march.
It was very, very high energy for about, I'd say maybe 45 minutes, if not longer. There was a lot going on all day. It started pretty much, I would say around 1 o'clock. People started like really, really showing up, showing their support. The general public seemed very receptive to it. Even the police officers seemed quite receptive at that time. The workers on the streets that we were walking past in their buildings stopped and like gave the peace sign out their windows. We had horns honking at us, people waving flags and giving us peace signs on the bridge, and even though they had no idea what was going on at that point, they were still very, very supportive all over the place. It was great.
Because we now know that the reason that you ended up on the bridge was because the police had directed your human traffic in that direction so that they could trap you on the bridge. Can you describe anything out of the ordinary that you witnessed as you made your way to the bridge? Were there police basically waving you in that direction, or did they close off streets? I mean, how did that work?
There was mass confusion at that point, like not like riotous, but no, there was no real direction being given. The people were just being allowed. They were walking right past the police. They were being allowed to walk on the bridge or on the road of the bridge, which we assumed was shut down because all of the other roads were shut down. I was not in that group, so I don't know exactly what happened. However, I do know that we called out a mic check and started directing people, disabled people onto the pedestrian path. And then we called out another collective message that we should all just start walking on the pedestrian path.
At that time, the groups split up. The group that was on the pedestrian path was able to look down about 30 feet below where the car traffic usually passes on the Brooklyn Bridge. We were able to see the marchers that had been allowed to enter the bridge without any kind of warning that this isn't proper for protest. And everybody up on the pedestrian path was looking down, taking pictures of the policemen. Many people, we've been instructed on how to deal with being arrested. The procedure is that you allow your face to be seen and you give your name or phone number, preferably your name, and then the people who are not arrested collect themselves and go down to the police station and ask for the release of all the people whose names that they have once they have the support of the New York Lawyers Guild that is here giving out all kinds of information on how to protect yourself during these marches, how to allow yourself to submit to arrest. Don't try and resist. Don't hold on to your friends. You just go, you smile, you say your name to the crowd that is not arrested, and then with the help of the Lawyers Guild, they go and collect them usually about 24 hours later, it sounded. I believe I heard today that the people were released on